Hi Taurus, welcome to your What They Can't Get Over reading for July 20th through 19th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the links to the Recommend a Reader shout out. I have shout outs, I should say I have two, White Light Astrology and the Cancerian channel. If you get a chance, stop by and show them some love and support if you like what they have to say. Much love and support to them from me as well. This reading is intended to be a romantic love read and resonate in other areas of your life, so beware of that also. All right, Taurus. What they can't get over for Taurus. So the bottom of the deck, let's have it be their energy, the bottom of the deck card. The Hanged Man, could be your energy too, right? Two, Hanged Man. Gracious, we got an ending here. The World, Page of Cups. Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups. All right. Okay, so, all right. This is someone that very well could, okay, so we got two threes here. Things have been over, there's an ending, and they're not doing anything, and they are kind of stuck on how they feel about it, and I don't think they're going to get over this. Their heart's broken, and they've just completely cut off any kind of association with this, or they're trying to. They're really trying to pull back their emotions and just kind of be unto themselves and focus on themselves. They feel like they've been through enough, and they have really been through it. And if anything, they just want to kind of fade away off the radar. They don't want any more involvement. And I think they just want to be left alone, quite honestly. So this is someone that they just want to be left alone to work on things by themselves. I feel like this was a hard decision that they had to make, or that, you know, could have been made for them. But they just, this is somebody that could be dealing with the Libra, Pisces, whoopsie, Leo. This is, could be somebody you met online, doesn't have to be, but this could be. We got Three of Wands and the World here. This could be distance played a factor here, where someone's just like, I just can't anymore. It's just too much work. This online situation, or communicating only online. And you know what? I need a break. I need a fresh start, and I'm going to kind of be doing my own things. And then here comes this, maybe there was even a reconciliation. If not that, it was somebody that was offering, there was happiness and they were offering stability, and this person's like, you know, so there was, honestly, there were two people for this person. So I feel like they might have been deciding between you and another person, Taurus, and they just need to be by themselves. They wish no ill will. They just kind of want to do the fade. They want to do their own thing. We got the Seven of Swords here, but this is somebody that kind of wants to just make decisive. I don't know what the heck happened though. What happened to make them want to disengage? Because they disengaged from the other person too. They're very solo right now, and they want you to be happy, and they want you to be by yourself, and they want to be left alone, and just everybody just go on their merry way. They walked away from two situations. One with you and one with the other person. So I don't know what the heck's going on. Maybe the other person left, or maybe you left this person. But this is somebody that it seems like their feelings changed. Maybe this is shame-based, that they're staying away out of shame, that they're just like, you know what, I've mucked this up enough. I'm not going to mess with it any further. Unless I just read everything that you did, that you were between them and another person, and they're like, okay, yeah, you know what, you go be happy. Maybe that's probably what it is, because I don't think they can get over it with the way things ended, because it doesn't make sense here that they had two situations and they walked away from both of them because their feelings changed. This is somebody that walked away from a situation because there were two people involved and they didn't want any part of that, and they just want to be left by themselves to be able to grieve, and they need to make some necessary decisions and changes and cuts in their life, and they just want to be left alone. And this is someone that has just kind of wanted to close the door on this chapter with you and walk away and move on and go do their own thing, and they are fine with you doing that also. I cannot possibly lay all these cards I have out here, so I'm just going to do the best I can, but no. Okay, all right. So we got the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So this is probably a lot of work with an online situation. Queen of Swords, Ten of Wands. This could also be that someone was just kind of making it really difficult in the relationship because they were so bitchy, let's be honest. And someone wanting to strike out on their own. Maybe this is someone being very demanding again and very controlling. We have the Ace of Wands and Four of Pentacles. We got the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So this is someone busting their butt to try and offer that stability and that happiness. But this is also someone taking advantage or that for granted and going out and doing their own thing. And then, so we have this other person coming in and offering stability and happiness. We got Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups, or Ten of Pentacles. And this could be being confused because they're like, well, I care about them both, and I think I just need to be by myself. So this is very strange, because very rarely does someone excuse themselves out of honor or guilt in a situation, at least in the readings that I do. And yet it shows somebody here just kind of being done with both situations and wanting to bail. I think this is either this happened to them or they see this is happening to you. But there was a decision between two people and they bowed out because of that, whether you had two people going or whether they had two people going. But it just got to be too much and too hard, and they're really heartbroken because they put all this effort and energy into it, and they are just ready to cast their net elsewhere and move on and be done with it. And they just want to figure out their life. They just want to keep the focus on themselves and figure out their life. They are heartbroken though because of I think they might be feeling a bit nostalgic about it. There also could have been a child involved, and that's what they're hanging this up on, is that the reason why they're just absolutely heartbroken about this is because there are still issues with parenting or children that remain to be resolved, and that's what's breaking their heart, is that other than that, they'd just be done with this and they'd want to be up and out of there, but they have to figure out a way to make this work or still be in communication, quite possibly if there are kids involved. What's this world about? Six of Wands. What's this Three of Wands? So this could be somebody that feels like there was just so much conflict they'd rather leave, that somebody always had to be right, that there was a lot of ego involved, that somebody liked to keep up appearances. And we kind of see that down here where someone might have been quite demanding about what they wanted. The Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands. Like wanting all the things all the time, keeping everything fresh and new and moving. And it might have been about keeping up appearances. What's this Seven of Swords about? And in order to keep up those appearances, someone's very, you have to be running a tight ship, right? There's all that kind of, tendency to be demanding or want all the things all the time. I mean, we've got a couple of tens here. We got 3 tens here. Good gracious. That's a lot of stuff and a lot of needing to have new stuff and to maintain it. And what's this Seven of Swords about? Strength. Okay, so what's this well, I know what the Nine of Cups. All right, this feels like someone that really just wants to be left alone. This was simply, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards down here. Full disclosure, this is the 3rd read because I kept pulling around 7 or 8 cards and my limit is 6. I didn't think it was going to get any better, so this is, let's just do this. But this is somebody that feels like, all right, there is no more to be had from this situation. I need to be by myself so I can just grieve, but what's done is done. I just want to move on. We've got 3 of Swords or 3 of Wands here, and we got some swords. That could be that this is again a relationship that was at a distance. So there's inherent workload where that's involved anyway. But this is just someone that's tired of the way things have transpired, and they just want to leave this situation alone. They recognize that, it's out of my hands at this point. There's nothing I can do. I feel like I'm in limbo with this situation. I'm simply going to do nothing. And, this is them saying, I wish the best for that person. I hope they're happy. I plan to just nurse wounds and walk away and make some necessary cuts and take control of my life. And I hope, I might be weak and emotional right now, but I do plan on getting to a place where I can be strong and decisive and figure life out. And I just want to be by myself. That's what this person is saying. They just want, because they just, it's too much. It was simply too much to have it all, to have things away. It was just a lot of stinking work, and they're tired and exhausted, and they feel like they were just not, it just was a lot of work with little payoff. It was, they're tired. They're tired. This is someone that, works. It was almost like the work was never ending. And it was all for show, and there wasn't a whole lot of substance there, and they just want things to slow down, and they want to be able to concentrate on themselves. And this is not a slam to you. It's just that all of a sudden their perspective changed, and they were just like, I just don't want my life to be this busy or crowded, or it's almost like somebody got sick of city life and wanted to go live in the country for a little while. Like, it's that kind of feeling. Like, they just are tired. And what they can't get over is how much work was involved in this relationship, how much care and maintenance was required in this relationship, just by the nature of maybe it being at a distance, or everybody's life was so busy. It was like, what, and yeah, what did Taurus's person say to them? The grass wasn't greener on the other side. Okay, so is this somebody that had a dalliance and then wants to come back, and it's like, what? Is that the whole shame thing, that they were like, I wish you well, I get it, I was a complete jerk, let me just slink out of here. It was just, there's no way I can clean this mess up. I realize what has happened. I just want this to be behind me. Can you please just let me go? Let me just slink out of here. Or is this them saying that to you because you're the one that had all the other things going on? There could be this back and forth here too, that there was, it just feels like it was a lot of work. And then even within the work, like they worked so hard, and then there was still kind of betrayal. And it was all for show, and there was, I feel the heaviness though. It feels like there's a lot of demands, and it was a lot to maintain the happiness and the stability, and the this is someone that kind of, either they wanted or they saw you as wanting things a certain way, like a certain lifestyle or certain things, and it was just really hard, and I think they feel like they worked really hard for that, and it still didn't amount to what would have been the ideal. Like, it still didn't matter, no matter how much they worked or gave or supplied. It's just, I can feel it. They're just exhausted. I think they feel like someone was very, well, okay, all right. I think they feel like there were a lot of demands for this relationship, and they just want out. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. What else for Taurus? No shade, no judgment. What else for Taurus? Queen of Swords again. There's that demanding part. This is somebody that does not pull any punches. They know what they want. They're very direct. They're very clear-headed, and it's like, you better keep up. This could be male or female. This could be Libra. Queen of Swords is down here also. And this is somebody that can be very demanding, very diva-like. Sometimes it's known as the bitch card, because it's somebody that's very, there's no emotion or nurturing even involved. This is somebody that wants what they want, and they are going to go after it and do what they want. And it's a means to, things can be a means to an end. It's because someone that can be ruthless, or can be perceived as ruthless and cold-hearted. So if you're dealing with this person in a relationship, sometimes that kind of personality, if someone goes into that mode, can be very difficult, because this could be, explosive fights or very direct confrontational energy. By the same token, this could also represent online relationship, the swords. So this could also be, things getting so heated where somebody just has to make the decision to cut things off and to just. But this Queen of Swords, the fact that it showed up twice, it feels like it was speaking to how much work was involved in maintaining the happiness and the security of this relationship. That it was just a lot of work, and there was always something going on and new going on, and this and that, and let's go here, and let's go do this, and that's it. And there was never any time to kind of slow down and rest, and just, it was like this really fast-paced, really intense all the time. I want this, I want that, I want to go here. And I really feel a Taurus, like this is somebody that just wants to lick their wounds and go away. And they want you to be happy. They just want to be left alone. They just want to be left alone. What does Taurus need to do? What does Taurus need to do? That goes like this because I was trying to clockwise. Okay, gracious. Okay, so this is, we got 7 of Swords twice here. We got the Ace of Swords. So this is this someone that really just wants you to cut things off? This is someone, oh Taurus, this is like you needing to cut things off and break free. This is about you being strategic and breaking free from this situation and ending things and cutting things off. That's what you need to do. I am all kinds of confused here. I mean, we got, how many did I say, cards down here? But this, at the end of the day, this all comes down to someone having their heart broken because they just can't with the demands of a relationship anymore, and they really need to focus on their own self-care. There is that element where it could be that somebody's just heartbroken because what about the kids? What are we going to do about the kids now that this relationship didn't work out? But by and large, this is somebody that feels like they have tried everything, or it was simply too much to maintain everything. There was just a lot of work involved in maintaining everything in this relationship, and they just simply don't want to anymore. They just want to be left alone, to pursue other things, and for their life to be very simplified and left alone in their grief. They don't want to try anymore. They don't want to do anymore. And this is saying for you to cut things off and to break free or to extricate yourself from this situation also. Perhaps even the need to be strategic or be stealthy about things, which is really weird because this person doesn't seem to have any ill will. If anything, it feels like there's a sense of shame here, and they just kind of want to go away and to be left alone. And maybe if it's because they cheated. I mean, we got the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands here. If they cheated, and then they're here saying the grass wasn't greener, this is them going, can you just please let me up? I get it. I get that you're mad. I get that there's no working this out. I get that there's none. Can you just please leave me alone then? You know, maybe that's what it is. But this is pretty intense. Okay, Taurus, lots of options. Lots of cards. Your life, your call, free will and all that. So you do you. But I do hope you get to a clearing, or that you are able to extricate yourself and just cut things off, and you get to go and be happy. Because this is, whatever it is, it's over. It's done. Okay. I hope this was helpful. I thank you for stopping by. And if you stuck this far in the reading, I appreciate it, because it was kind of all over the place there for a while. So I hope you got something out of it. And do hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.